you are called in for an interview. What do you do? How do you present yourself? What kind of deportment, how do your clothes, your perfume, what do you expect? How do you present yourself so that you can be a standout candidate from all the others? And so I said, all right, Tash, let's get on it. And so we have employed or enlisted rather, the expertise of Shanique Richards, who is the CEO of Elevate Services. Shanique, good afternoon and welcome to Miss Kitty Live. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing magnificent. Thank you so much for asking. And thank you for being here on this here Island Tuesday. Now, a lot of people, Shanique, have been applying for jobs, and not just at ITEL BPO or just in Jamaica, but the world over. But then when you go to an interview, there are some do's and don'ts that we must take into consideration. And sometimes, persons have been out of the workforce for a while, or they may just be inexperienced as to what is it exactly they should do and how they should present themselves to be a viable candidate at an interview. So let's start off, Shanique, by you telling us about your place of business, Elevate Services. What are you guys all about?
Of course. Thank you for having me again. So Elevate Services is a career development platform. And really what we do is we help job seekers navigate the job search. So whether that's through resume writing, salary negotiation, prepping for the interview, you name it, we are here to help. So we've been in business now for about 2 years, and I've helped over 200 job seekers land more jobs, land more interviews, and increase their salaries.
Oh, that's hard. Okay, talk to me nice. I want a salary increase, so maybe I need to come and take a little interview. I need to know. Yes. So talk to me then, Shanique, about what should persons take with them when going to a face-to-face job interview. What do we need to walk with?
Of course, the most important thing is the resume, right?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second, Shanique. And by the way, guys, internet, Instagram, Facebook Live, YouTube, and everybody in Radio Land, if you are stationary, please get your pens and paper and write these things down. Yeah, please take notes, all right? Serious people take notes, all right? We don't just go by flight of memory, because memory is fleeting. Sometimes you think you're going to remember and you do not, all right? So I would like for everybody, Claudette, Mavis, Michelle, everybody, Foxy right now, to make sure you have your pen and paper and take notes. We're giving you some free game right here on Miss Kitty Live, courtesy of Shanique Richards, CEO of Elevate Services. And if you want to elevate your life, you want to elevate your future, you got to remember and learn to write things down so that you can return to them and refer to them when it is necessary. We need to get in the habit of writing things down, especially when we are get on in an age like myself here. You understand? But I remember nowadays, may I tell you the truth, may have all the things to think about. One JPS bill alone make you forget everything else where you have to do in life. May I tell you that? Yeah, may I tell you? Yeah. When you say Tajna, may I tell you, say, when you see a bill, hey, look here, no, me get started here, because that is a whole interview by itself, right? And Chadi, you think you're going to remember the stuff, and you really don't. There are so many things with which we have to contend nowadays, from husband to boyfriend to girlfriend, the bills, work, COVID, just the mask alone. Me I forget the top of them, because me not get enough oxygen. Right? Sometimes ignorant. You ever walk it out of your vehicle, Shanique, and your face feel free, you feel nice under the ear. Jesus. And you have to turn back for your mask. Somebody just want to thump all the sky. You understand? So, guys, a lot of people ain't remembering a lot of stuff. So we got to write it down. So let's take it from top, Shanique, all right? What should we walk with? What documents should we take with us when going for a job interview?
Of course. And you hit the nail on the head with the pen and paper. That's something else that you should be bringing with you to an interview. It's okay to take notes during the interview, especially talking to you about benefits and stuff like that. When you leave, you want to make sure you remember exactly what they told you in the interview. And back to the resume, you should be walking with your resume. A lot of times candidates don't walk with their resumes because in their head, they're like, oh, them already have it, right? But it shows that you are prepared, and you should be walking with at least 2 to 3 copies, because if you walk into the interview room and you do not know the panel, and now there's 2 or 3 people, you don't have enough copies for them. So you should be walking with at least 2 to 3 copies of your resume, along with pen and paper to take notes.
Oh wow, I never thought about that. Who knew? Chadi, you didn't know that? Books, you didn't know that? When you're going to an interview, when you're going to an interview, walk with at least 3 copies. So in case there are more than one interviewer, right? There's more than one interviewer, you can hand the resumes to each and every one in the interview. And also the interviewer may not necessarily have already a copy of your resume. So by having it there, it makes for ease for that person. Oh,
Right.
nice. Okay. Also walk with pen and paper because you want to write down pertinent information. And again, you don't just hope that you're going to remember, but you would have written it down. Great. Yes, Shani, go ahead. What else do we need to do?
Exactly. So those are the 3 things that you really need. Sometimes what'll happen is if the employer wants to hire you day off, sometimes they'll ask for some information like your ID, right? So make sure that you're walking with your ID just in case. So those are the things that I would suggest bringing: 3 copies of your resume, pen or pencil, paper, and your ID.
Okay, so in this interview, you're not just sitting down looking cute. You're actually being productive and writing things down.
Exactly. And it shows the employer or the interviewer that you're proactive, right? So they're going to know that, she's taking notes or he's taking notes. So they're prepared. They're really interested. It's just a matter of showing the interviewer that you're interested in this role.
Nice. Wonderful. All right. Now, Shanique, talk to me about the attire. What should your attire be? Walk us through what is appropriate for male and for females to go to an interview, to wear to an interview.
Of course. So let's start with the females, right? So let's talk about skirts. So if you put your hand to your side, your skirt should not be above your index finger. It's too short if it is. Okay. If you feel like your skirt is too short, then it's probably too short. You should be looking professional. So whether it's wearing a nice blouse and a blazer, whether it's wearing a work dress, whether it's wearing some slacks and a button-down blouse. You could also wear heels if you choose, but they should not be too high, right? So I would say limit to about 4 inches.
Okay.
You don't want your heels to be too high. If you feel like it's too high, then wear flats. There's nothing wrong with wearing flats to an interview.
Okay.
As far as the hair goes and the nails and the makeup, right? So a lot of times we want to beat our face, right? We want to look good and we want to put on the red lipstick and all of this. But the best thing to do is just do a natural look. So if you wear makeup and you love to do your makeup, just have a natural look on, right? A nice little lip gloss, nothing too loud. You don't want to distract the interviewer because sometimes people will walk into the interview and, they have full face on, they have the orange nails, and I'm distracted.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at your nails, I'm looking at your hair, I'm looking at the big dangle earrings, and it's taking away from what you're saying. So you don't want the interviewer to be distracted.
So limit the fandangles. You see that? Limit the hold that thought right there. I like it. Limit the fandangles. So you're not have to bake and arch and do too much things. And she's right. Because the interviewer too will be so caught up in everything going on with you and on you that you're responding and they're not necessarily hearing you or registering what it is that you're saying because of the distractions. All right. Limit the fandangles. I'm talking to Shanique Richards. She is the CEO of Elevate Services, and she's walking us through interviews, do's and don'ts, what to wear, what not to wear, how to present yourself so that we can be, a viable candidate and actually get that job. Okay, write it down. We're going to take the news now and come right back right here on an Island Tuesday. Miss Kitty Life. Island people always at the work, always at look work, always at go part interview. So these are things that we need to know. If you have a dream of landing a job, if you have a dream of acing your interview, if you have a dream of one day becoming the CEO of a company, you have to start with yourself and you have to dream and dream big. You are a big deal. And so we want to say good afternoon to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for making it Nationwide 90 FM, nationwide, the people's pride. Wherever you are in the world, we've got you covered all day, every day. Log on, listen in, and always do remember to spread the word. Good afternoon. afternoon to everybody locked and loaded. If it is your first time tuning into my show, thank you. I appreciate you. Good afternoon to everybody in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Good afternoon to everybody locked and loaded Turks and Caicos family. Good afternoon to your BVI. How you doing? Good afternoon to everybody in Bermuda right now, locked and loaded to Miss Kitty Live. How you doing? We're talking to Shanique Richards this afternoon, CEO of Elevate Services. We're talking about how to present ourselves at an interview, some of the do's and don'ts, and you know there are many things that we take for granted, and we just think, we never know that, And some of these things can make the difference between getting a job or not getting the job, right? And we always go on an interview to get the job. But there are certain important things, certain key elements that we need to keep in mind to do so that we set ourselves apart from the competition. She's talking to us about what should we take on an interview. Shanique says, well, Miss Kitty, when going on an interview, you need to walk a face-to-face interview, because we know some interviews are done via Zoom or other platforms of that nature due to COVID-19, okay? And still you have to ready, dress good and look good same way. You cannot roll out of your bed and favor Barris, no time. You understand? You have to look good. You understand? Wipe out the your ears same way, wipe out the matter to your eyes same way. You cannot just roll onto the camera. You got to be ready. Yeah, you can't barse it out. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, okay, not, all right? So you got to be prepared, all right? You got to look the part. So Shanique said that when we're going to a job interview, we should walk with at least 3 copies of our resumes, okay? Just in case you walk into an interview room and there is an interview panel, all right? You can give the other interviewers a copy of your resume, and even if it's one person, maybe the individual does not have a ready copy of your resume, and then you can present them. She also said we need to walk with a book and pencil or pen and paper, because there is information that you will get from the interview that you need to write it down. She says also it makes you look attentive and proactive. Oh, you're writing down, you're taking notes, and so that's a good look. She started off by telling us also about our attire. She started off with the females. She said when you stand up and you put your hand on your side, your skirt must not be shorter than your index finger. She says if the skirt feels short, ladies, more than likely it is short. So just err on the side of caution and not wear that short skirt, all right? If you are wearing heels, she said, about 4 inches. However, if it feels too high, chances are it is too high. Okay. She also said that it was okay to wear flats to an interview. But please, let me just say this. Make sure to wipe off on the shoes. Make sure on a wipe off on the shoes. If, for example, some persons might live in a community or area where you have red dirt or marl or mud or whatever, walk with a little paper or a piece of napkin or a little rag where you can just wet it and wipe off your shoes. You don't want to walk into an interview with dirty shoes. Even if the shoes not brand new, you understand? Even if it's shoes clean, because it's cheap and clean, just make sure that it is crisp and it looks clean, all right? So, back to you, Shanique Richards. Did I get everything okay, Miss CEO of Elevate Services?
Yes, you did. I'm going to piggyback on what you said about the dirty shoes. Something else that just crossed my mind. Make sure to stay eye on your shirt and your clothes. It looks really bad when you walk into an interview and you crush.
Yes.
Right? Again, it's very distracting to the interviewer. Also with the colors. Wear neutral colors. No loud colors. No red, no orange. Just stick to the neutrals, the gray, the brown, the white. Those are usually safe colors. So you want to stick with the navy blues.
Okay.
I'll switch over and I'll switch to the men, because I think I've picked on the women a little bit too much now.
Yes.
So I'll switch to the men. Gentlemen, pull your pants up and wear a belt.
Amen.
Right? That's number 1.
Amen.
For the men, you can wear a button-down shirt with your regular dress pants, and you can wear a tie.
What is a button-down shirt, Shanique? What you call a button-down?
Like a dress shirt.
Okay, very well.
So you wear a dress shirt, depending on the job that you're going for, right? Like, let's, for example, like in the technology industry, sometimes they're a little bit more casual. So polo shirts will do, right? So make sure that you're researching the culture of the company so you know what to wear. But a dress shirt with nice pants and a tie will usually cut it. It's better to be overdressed than underdressed.
All right, right. So guys, stick to sober colors, all right? So as Shanique said, the browns, the navy blues, the grays, the whites, right? The cream, that kind of khaki look, right? Nothing outlandish unless it is a job that requires you to be like for example, if you go for a clown job, you understand? Maybe I go want to wear the stuff there because clowning, you understand? But you understand? Strategy makes sense. Like if you go for a clown job or like an artist, you know, yeah, you have to dress the part. And as Shanique said, which is something I mentioned earlier, it is very important, guys, that you research the company that you are going to do with whom you're going to do the interview. A lot of times people walk into interviews and they have no idea about the company, their history, what they are about, what they stand for, what products they have, their mission statement. You walk in the interview blindly. That's a bad move. It is important that you know about the company. And so even during the interview, you can interject and, put in, well, yeah, wow, I admire this company because I know that you have a 150-year legacy. I know that, over the years, you have helped Jamaica. You have done projects for the poor in certain communities. And I've always been impressed by that. That shows that you are interested in the company. You're interested in working there and not just that look at work. You're not just look at work. If you can even remember like a past CEO, you know what I mean? Or something like that, or a project that was just done. Those are things that impress upon an interviewer that you are interested and you're a cut above the rest. Because obviously you're going to say you take time out of your time to go and do some research.
I agree. It doesn't matter where you're applying to. Just make sure that you know about the company. And sometimes the interviewer will ask you, what do you know about our company?
Yeah.
Now, that's a bad look if they say, what do you know about the company? And not even know what they sell.
Yeah.
Now, that's a problem.
Yeah. No, you're just dead in the show. Yeah. Dead in the show. Right? That's so true. When the interviewer says, so what you know about the company? Are you sit down? You better drop on the ground like you have epilepsy. Me, I want to start fits out because at this point in time, if me don't know what me, Jesus. But I don't lie down. But I say, my head is hurting me. No. So it's important that you do research on the company. So we're still on the males, Shanique. So you said males should also wear a button-down shirt, tie, still sober colors. In terms of shoes, what do they have on their feet?
No sneakers.
No sneakers.
Make sure that you no sneakers. So dress shoes. I would
right.
call it church shoes. But no sneakers. That's definitely a bad look. So dress shoes for the men. For the women, smaller size heels or flats.
Very well. In terms of the men, what are we saying about their hairstyle?
So, so some people have long hair, right? So some men will have dreads or braids. It's perfectly fine to have that as long as it looks like it's well kept.
Yes.
So you don't want to look like you just roll out the bed and came to the interview.
Yes.
So brush it up. If you need to brush it up, put in a little ponytail. If you don't have it cornrowed and it's just out, put it in a ponytail. Don't have it just out.
Yes.
Just make sure you look well kept.
Nice. So guys, please get your hair together, right? You don't want to go past stage like you want artists past stage up in Europe and you just flash your hair. That's not what's on. So be groomed, groom yourself, look presentable, and be clean and go to the interview. All right. So and by the way, she said about the ladies and the lipstick that we should try to stay away from the reds, and in terms of the weaves, try to just stay away from the bright colors, and again sober colors, because you don't want to distract from yourself and what it is that you're bringing to the table by anything you might be wearing at the interview. Is that Chris Links? Oh my God, he knows about interviews. We know the vibes. We know the streps. Okay, so good. So we want you to look smart. We want you to look crisp. And I just want to reiterate something Shanique said about ironing your clothes before you go to the interview. You do not want to look like a bag of crushed callaloo in the people in place. It is not a good look. You understand what I say? Ensure that you iron your clothes. You're looking smart. You're looking crisp when you're stepping out, and you step out with confidence and you step out with dignity. Okay? Very well. Talk to me now, Shanique, about the Zoom interviews. I mentioned it earlier that due to COVID-19, some interviews now are being done via Zoom or FaceTime or some other of those platforms. How should persons look presentable on a Zoom interview?
You should still dress like you're going to a regular interview. So when you get dressed for an interview, right, it's to impress the interviewer, but also boost your confidence.
Yes.
So when you're fully dressed, you feel good. When you have on the nice clothes, it's nice and pressed, it makes you more confident, and it comes off as you're more confident.
Yeah.
A lot of people, right, they put on the shirt at the top and they have on pajamas on the bottom. No, get fully dressed so you could be in the interview mode.
True.
That's the most important thing. So make sure that you're still fully dressed. You don't have to put on, a whole suit. You can just wear, because, the interview is not that you're at home. You can just put on just a blouse. You can just put on just a button-down shirt. You don't have to go fully, suit and tie. But still, you want to make sure you're presentable so that you feel good, so you're confident when you're answering the questions.
Yes, I agree. And I would say make sure you brush your teeth. And ladies, wear a brassiere. Remember, me tell you, brassiere lift your vibes.
Yes.
It does. And don't have those, pajama pants on. Get up and bathe. When you shower, it lifts your spirit as well. When the cold water or the hot water, whatever you bathe with, touches your skin, it gives you that lift and that confidence. And I will take it a step further to say, ensure that your background is not too fussy or busy.
Yep.
Again, you don't want any distracting paintings or distracting background. Try to find a solid wall or solid area that is not distracting, that you can concentrate fully and the interviewer can concentrate fully. As best as you can, I know people's living situations may be different. Try to get in a quiet area where you don't have any disturbance. So your mother can't call you, I cut it. Jesus have mercy, God. No, my tribe. No, just tell me I'm track you. No. You understand? Like, me just want to cry. So, nobody should be, cooking or the pot and pans, and, you let everybody know that you have an interview at this time to this time. So you're just kindly asking that everybody, just be quiet and just respect the fact that you're doing your interview. This is a job, yes. And everybody in your household needs to be on board. Or if it is that you don't have that kind of, luxury where you can have that at home, maybe you should find somewhere else then ahead of time to try and go to, say for example, like co-work spaces, right? Or somewhere go your friend, even if you have a friend, kind of everybody might afford a co-work space, you understand? If you have a friend Tajna, some have an interview with ITIL tomorrow, me can come over your house please, rotate, you understand? So you want your background to be as calm as possible, no noisy background, and just really treat the interview, as Shanique is saying, as if you were there in person. We're going to take the time signal right here on Miss Kitty Live. Shanique Richards, CEO of Elevate Services, my very special guest on Miss Kitty Live this afternoon, talking about the do's and don'ts of going to a job interview, what to wear, what not to wear, how to present yourself, your deportment, just your presentation of yourself. I got to say good afternoon to everybody at Rapid Testing over there at Tangerine Place. Good afternoon to Dr. Darrell Daly and his wonderful staff, the nurse with a good on them. I got to tell you, thank you so much, guys. They do their antigen tests over there. They do their PCR tests over there. So if you want to go, I got to tell you, with the new dispensation, we got to make sure that we are getting our tests done. So good afternoon to Rapid Testing Center over there at Tangerine Place, right over Medical Associates there. So, and they also have an outlet in Portmore. So Shanique, so the men are dressed now. So teeth brush, face wash, clothes iron, everything is good. Talk to me about colognes and perfumes that we should or should not wear to a job interview.
So 2 spritz of the perfume and 2 spritz of the cologne. So I know you want to smell good, you put on enough lotion, you want to drown yourself in the cologne, the perfume.
We spray our belt. But not to the lie, me get to a night, me spray all the belt, all the shoes me spray. Why be sad, man? But sad man, all my handbag. Come here, say baby, handbag I kick off a little set in an interview. My mother said to me when she see me I spray my perfume, she said, why don't you just drop it in your belly? Just drop it in your belly, no? Because you're not done. I said, I'm going to allow me to spray myself. So you said, Shanique, 2 spritz only.
2. I mean, use your own judgment, right? But if you walk through the door and you could know if your cologne is too strong. Yeah. Because you don't want to distract the interviewer. Because I've definitely been there, right? Where somebody walk into the interview room.
Yes.
And I drone.
Truly.
I can't focus on what they're saying. I'm like, I can't breathe. Also, some people have allergies, right? So
yes.
the interviewer might be allergic to your perfume or your cologne.
When they walk into the interview, the cologne correct the people have showed, Father God. Already I swallow your taste it. You're like, excuse me. But that's like sometimes I'll buy watch me spray. God, why? It's bad. All my hand miggle. You remember when me spray my hand for? Suppose somebody touch me. Reach out and touch. Somebody's ends make this interview a better place. I gotta tell you, yes. So only two guys, especially if it's like strong cologne like Invictus, Tom Ford, and those kinds. Oh my God, guys, hello, ladies. If you're wearing like YSL, if you're wearing female Tom Ford too, hello, please, go easy on the cologne. And Shanique, you made a very salient point there, which I never even thought about, that people can have allergies to these perfumes and colognes, and then when you walk in there, they are unable to concentrate. They're unable to interact with you and engage you because they are fighting the sneeze. They're fighting the discomfort. And, some of them may not be able to breathe.
Exactly. So now they're sitting there holding the sneeze in, right? They want the interview to end fast. They're not even giving you a chance to really sell yourself.
Yes.
They're going to ask you 4 or 5 questions because they want to get out of the room.
Yeah.
So just be very, very mindful about the perfume. As I said, some of the perfume and colognes are very, very strong.
True.
You put on 10 spritz of Invictus,
you're dead.
The whole building.
Yeah. No, if you put on Tom Ford, Shanique, me that ask you can smell me from Westmoreland. No, Tom Ford bad. Tom Ford stay in your blood. Me tell you, no man. Tom Ford, Jesus, hey. I remember though, we done ladder and the lotion. No, from the soap to the body spray to the body splash to the deodorant.
Yep.
Father God, but now I would smell like Christmas, Easter, summer. It's a problem, guys. So let us not get. I am guilty of this. Me likes and me say smell good. Me tell you, me say smell good, right? Me always spray the perfume on my eyebrow. Me tell you, just in case you put your face on my face, me don't know. Maybe you come close to my forehead. I don't know. You want to smell good, right? But do you have any recommendation, Shanique, as to ideal interview colognes or perfumes? That's soft and has a presence but not overwhelming.
So for me, I usually go with Burberry or I'll go like Gucci Blue. Those are kind of subtle, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do the max I'll do is like 3.
Yeah.
Like 3 little sprays.
Yes.
2, on the wrist, on your neck, and then 2 underneath your armpit. And that's it.
Yeah. And guys, don't bother mix the perfume because I know sometimes Jesus have mercy, Father God help, we're Jamaican. But we are black people. Yes, so you have 3 color where anti-senor, you want basil. Yeah, so you say Invictus over here, Tom Ford right here, and I'm gonna spray a little, D&G right round at the back. So I treat mighty God. Come like Mike Tyson Holyfield and George Foreman one time, put it up, yeah. So take time with the people, them nostril and them respiratory system, right? I would also recommend like cool water is gentle, D&G light blue, that's kind of, so something calm and nice and yay, right? So that's for the cologne bit of things. One of the things I wanted to find out, Shanique, is how do we greet our interviewer once we enter the face-to-face space, or even when we turn on to Zoom? Do we shake hands now? Sanitize? How do you greet the interviewer?
So it depends on what the interviewer is comfortable with, right? So now it's COVID, it's a little bit different. So my suggestion would be to ask the interviewer, are you okay shaking hands, right?
Yes.
So, you walk in, good afternoon, how are you doing? Are you open to shaking hands? If they say yes and you shake hands, you kind of watch what they do. So if they shake your hand and they sanitize, then you sanitize.
Yes.
But kind of, it's like a dance, right? Just kind of mimic what the interviewer is doing.
Yes. And I would also say, make sure that you are on time. If the interview is at 8 o'clock, get up from 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Get up from 5 o'clock. To leave out, it is better to be in the parking lot at 7:30 waiting, because trust me, Murphy's Law sometimes takes effect. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Just a man in there, the car got brought down. Just a man in there, the bus where you take, the police will stop it and search it. Just a man in there, your belly got hurt you. You got have diarrhea. Just something. So I would say get up earlier than usual just to get through any incidentals or any problems or any variables which may cause you to be late. It is better to, I would say, like if the interview is at 8 o'clock, tell yourself that the interview is at 7. Mm-hmm. So you get to the location an hour ahead. So you're not flustered, you're there, you're calm, you're able to, have some semblance of, okay, togetherness, and you're not all disheveled and all about the place.
Exactly. And you should be walking into the interview at least 15 to 20 minutes early.
Yes.
And the reason for that is, one, you want to show that you're punctual, right? But the second
Yes.
reason is you can actually go in and observe and see what's happening, right? You can see the customers coming in and out.
True.
You can see how the employees are interacting with each other.
True.
So it's more than just showing punctuality, but you want to observe and see if it's a culture that you even like or fit
Aye.
into.
Cause maybe you never want to walk there for true.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. So go in early, observe, and about a talkie. Cause some of the two like friendly and talkie to people. And if your friend work there, it's not the time to talk to. Well, chat it. No. Not talking right now. No noise. Don't talkie. Yes.
Yep.
Sit down in your little corner, you in your small corner, and I in mine. Right. And you're doing a little research and getting yourself together, so you're not getting rid of the anxiety and all of the angst and all of that, right? If somebody sees you, you just gently nod and keep it moving. If your friends see you, nod and keep it moving. No, it's not the time. Walk one, girl. You tell me. Jesus. Excuse me. Yes. No, it's not the time. Time and place. Thank you. Yeah. You have to know when to, where to, and how to. And you
Exactly.
address
I agree.
persons, by the way, by Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. We're not on a first name basis. I notice a lot of people nowadays, I got to tell somebody the other day, my name is not Kitty, it's Miss Kitty, it's an infinitive. Like we have Miss Lou, yeah, it goes together, you know. Words, and if you're little, it's Auntie Miss Kitty. Yes, right?
I agree.
Yes.
I definitely.
So no matter
everybody
walking,
would
walk one, Delroy. We know Delroy. We know him from. What my Chris? What my Jermaine? No, it's Mr. Smith. What one Tajna? No, it's Miss Williams. Right?
Yep.
So you are very formal and very dignified, and you keep it very professional. A lot of people tend to call people by their first name, especially when you have persons who are older than you. You know what I mean? Unless you are invited so to do, stick to Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so or Auntie So-and-so. Shanique, I tell you, everybody are auntie for me and uncle for me. Because
Yep.
if I don't know your name, it's Auntie So-and-so because you're older than me. So just by that virtue, I give you that respect. You some people too enough and too presumptuous and too prims up to them, call them Mother Sharon and call them Father Dave. Them just thinks that everybody is the same. I'm gonna like them something there. Yeah, them call them Granny Mavis. No, you can't do that. No, Mama, Grandma. So manners is the order of the day, right? And you don't presumptuous and yeah. What my Richard? What? No,
I agree.
It's Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, or Professor So-and-so, or Dr. So-and-so. Yes, Shanique.
I agree.
Yeah.
Unless I tell you differently. So if you say Miss Kitty and you say no, you can address me as Kitty, then that's perfectly fine. But start off with the Miss and have them tell you can call them otherwise.
Absolutely. When it's Miss Richards, not Shanique, unless Shanique says yes, because some of them operate like puss, broke coconut in their eye, and then presumptuous and enough and bright and brazen. Me not like them something there. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And by the way, Jesus, let me just say this quick. If the person asks you how you're doing, you then follow up by asking, and you? And how are you doing? When somebody asks you how you're doing, you don't just nyam the courtesy. Yeah, and then I look at them, yeah, like, yes, a ghost. Yeah, I'm good. Dry so. I am good. So you're not going to ask about the person how they are doing. So how are you? I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, and then cricket. It's always please, thank you, you're most welcome, thank you, how are you? I'm people. When they go to the interview, nobody go there with a problem about this time. Nobody go there and say, you know, my baby father, my boyfriend. No, it's not. All when things are tumble down, I'm well. How are you doing this
great.
morning, ma'am? I'm well. Yes, and say less. I'm well. Thank you. And you? Yes. Smile through the pain. Nobody going to go through your problem for the people. Because they said, watch ya. This is a problem bag. Yeah. Me don't want to see ya. Because everybody shall come with our man problem. Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Right? So you have to just, gauge that kind of thing and how much you reveal. At the same time, you want to be truthful, right? But just be concise. Be concise.
I agree.
Less is
and
more.
sometimes we disclose too much information. What happens is that information come back and haunt us.
Yes.
Right? Because no other person gonna be like, oh, I don't want him to work here because of X, Y, Z. The interviews start discriminating.
Yes.
So the less personal information you can disclose, it's the best.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Talk to me now, Shanique. Cell phones. Do we have our cell phones on? Where do we put our cell phones? How do we treat with this device?
It should be away before you walk into the interview room, right? But let's say, for example, you show up and the receptionist said, oh, you can wait out here. It's perfectly fine to have your phone out, but make sure that you're still attentive.
Yes.
So if the interviewer walks over and you don't see them standing there, you shouldn't be in your phone. You should be aware of everything that's happening. But it's okay to have the phone out as long as it's away before you walk into the interview room. And it should be on silent. It should not be vibrating on the table. It should not be vibrating on the chair.
Jesus
or
have
mercy.
Silent. Father God, I just say this, Shanique, because look here. You said a phone something there. Listen, I see people all across the road and they on them phone. Them something that just get me aggravated. Because you're not paying attention to your surroundings. You're oblivious to everything that is going on around you, and that can be to your own detriment. Even if you're waiting in the lobby, as Shanique said, you should still be aware of what is going on. You shouldn't be so deep in your phone that the people might look on you and pour you. You not even realize what's going on. Also, ladies and gentlemen, be careful of the ringtone that you have on your phone. Yeah. You do not want to go to an interview with the raw version of a song on your phone. Skin out me. Jesus. No. Dead. Murder. Murder. Why? If the man left, I don't. No. Terribly rescue me. No. I'll somebody. Skin out me. In the interview. Oh my God. Oh my God. At that time, it didn't make sense to apologize. I like me. But I just take up my little body and just say, have a great day. Goodbye. I am the weakest link. Goodbye. If the man left, it really, yeah. Sit down, pan it. No. God have mercy. No.
It's hammer all the time.
No. Hey, mother have body come down in there. Pump. What? In the oh my God. It didn't even say vagina. It said the other one. Oh my God. Guys, check what song or ringtone you have on your phone. I'm telling you, this may seem like something, but Miss Kitty, really? People should not know this. I mean, that's a given. You trust and believe. You would not like to know how many times these mistakes and missteps happen in interviews. And so we have to state what needs to be stated. Check your ringtone on your phone, okay?
Yep.
Because you do not want that bad man don't apologize to no in the oh my
it's so
God,
funny that you have to tell people this because it happens all the time.
God,
just put it on as soon as you get off the bus, the taxi, out your car, just put on silent.
Oh my God, can you imagine in an interview here, boom, vibe, I'm dead, turn it off. And then you want to happen now. Your phone is always in your back bottom. Jesus, I don't want to suck up. Jesus, no. Sir, call hey, fire brigade. Jesus. The phone them all oh my God. Oh my God. The phone is in the bottom of your bag and you cannot turn it off. Oh my God. Somebody call Crime Stop. I'm done. Intellectual murder people. Oh my God. I'm dead in the interview right now. I'm not even here. Yep. Am I here? I'm not here, sir. Person. Yeah. Right. So just, check your ringtone on your phone before. Then you hear this. People dead. You don't say. Sabotories. Oh my, I'm dead. Oh, yeah. Okay, right, sir. Have a great day. Thank you for your time. Just gonna see myself OUT. And yeah, right. Great, fab. So Yeah, we're going to take the time signal. We're talking to Shanique Richards, CEO of Elevate Services, as what not to do and things to do on an interview. I also want to ask Shanique, what are the top 5 questions that are normally asked on a job interview? This is going to be interesting. Keep it locked right here. Miss Kitty live on an island you stay. Nationwide 90 FM, Miss Kitty Live, DJ Chatty G on an island to you stay. Lady Shanique Richards, CEO of Elevate Services here on my show today. We're inside the hour 4 and 5, brought to you by Sun Mix. Get in the mix, taste the good life. We're going on till 5 o'clock today, at which time, at the top of the hour, the best news in the nation, led by Cliff Hughes, along with his hardworking team, will come your way. Make sure you tune in, turn on. They will take you until 8 o'clock. We're talking about what to wear, what to do, what not to do on a job interview. Attire is hiring. We have opened the application process until Friday, November 5. So if you have not yet submitted your resumes, you can do so now. Okay. Shanique is walking us through some of the do's and don'ts. I saw somebody on my Instagram live a while ago said, "No, we're not powder up on your neck." All right. So now what powder up your neck and do that something. You understand? Just go normal, go minimal, and yes, all right. So no powder neck up to your ears and the things them, all right. So Shanique, we're talking now about the top 5 questions that are normally asked on a job interview, so as to give our interviewees an opportunity to wrap their minds around what they might be asked.
Awesome. So the number one question is the tell me about yourself. They could phrase this in different ways. They might say, "Tell me about yourself," or "Tell me about your background," "Tell me about your experiences." It's still the same question. So when the interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself," they don't want to know if you have kids. They don't want to know where you live. They want to know about your work experience. A quick rule of thumb to answer this question is, you want to start off with a brand statement, right? So who are you? What are you interested in? What are you doing now? Where do you work? What have you done in the past? Where did you work in the past? Did you go to school? And what are you looking to do? Why are you interested in this role? So that's how you really round up that question. It has to be concise, about 60 to 90 seconds. But those are the 4 parts that you need for tell me about yourself.
So hold on, let us write that down, please. And by the way, no icky on the job interview. Tell them Monday. Look here now. You see that big icky there, and words icky them will look like chain link fence round on the neck. Interview is not the time nor the place for that. I don't like that. Interviewers don't like that. That's not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep the icky at a minimum, or put it somewhere where the clothes can cover it. Okay? No ickies on your neck and up in the people them interview thinking you're cute. No, you're not cute. You're not cute. Because all them must say embolism. One blood clot in your head. Yep. Nobody would like them something. It's not cute and nice. The worst they're not married and them something and then they're not decent. You know what? Look, cut it out. I don't know why some man want to put icky and it worse when they broke on them something. It broke man enough to do that. What you do that for? Yeah. Yeah? No, icky for rich. Don't do that. Don't do that. You broke on put icky. Don't mark me. Don't do that. Don't serve me eat you. Yeah, don't do that. But should even there somebody first of all and they want to icky now. Yeah, push your limit now. Yeah, don't do that. I like them something. So I have a job interview. I need to present myself as being dignified and decent. I'm not with the ratchet stuff. You know what I mean? Do hickeys when it, on not interview time. Yep. Or better yet, put it someplace that's inconspicuous. Nobody needs to know. Because I'm not going to explain anything to anybody. All right? And then worse when people I'll see I order the icky to just come. Look here now. Yeah, just stop that. Don't do that. Right, great. So yes, yes and no. The questions that they normally ask, tell me about yourself. What should we say?
So you want to start off with your brand statement. This is usually what you're good at, right? So for example, if someone is good at customer service, they could say, I'm someone who's really interested in customer service. I've been in the customer service industry for about 5 years. So you start off with the brand statement. Then you go into, what do you do now? So you could say, I currently work at Attire as a customer service representative. I've been there for 2 years. To tell them about what you're doing now. Then you could say, prior to Attire, I completed my bachelor's degree in business administration. So tell them about what you did in the past. Then you could say, I'm looking to take my career to the next step, which is the reason why this position was so interesting to me. Nice. You end it on the future. What are you looking to do?
Nice. All right. So that's one brand statement. What else I need to have?
So brand statement, what are you doing now to the present? What you did in the past? and what you're looking to do in the future.
Okay, so what I did in the past, present, and future. And again, keep it job related.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So job and academics.
Okay. All right. 5. All right. Yes, and even, I'm sorry guys, and even if your man have money or whatever, it's just not appropriate. It doesn't look professional. Hickeys are a no. You know what I mean? For me, and I know I've interviewed as well, and I know other interviewers, it's a turn off. It's not a very positive presentation of yourself. You know, everybody do them thing and you do your little thing, but you can keep your little thing private and nice and neat and clean same way, right? Good. Second thing, so past, present, and future. So nobody tell them, say, you know, so when I was 13 with the runway, no. We're not talking about that part. Right, of your past, right? It's your professional past, right? What you've been doing. Yes, and even if it's your first job now, well, you know, I attended school, I excelled at so-and-so, and now I'm looking to branch out in the professional aspect of my life. And when I saw your company and I saw the mission statement and I saw what your goals are and what the culture of the company, it aligned well with where I want to be. You see that? You know, you have to, yeah. Yeah, you have to
exactly. And don't give too much information. So you want to cut it off. My cutoff is you don't want to go past about 10 years of experience, right? Because you don't want to tell them what you did 25 years ago, especially if it's not relevant to the job that you're applying to now.
Yes.
So keep all your answers recent and relevant.
All right, recent and relevant. I love that. And anything else?
I think that's it for the tell me about yourself. But
all
just
right.
try to avoid anything personal. So no kids, no marriage, no religion, nothing like that. Just work and academics.
All right, definitely those pathways. Yes, right. That is a nerve right there. All right, talk to me. What other questions are they asking?
All right, next question would be, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So that's definitely a question that's always going to be asked. You want to pick a weakness that does not relate to the job. So if the job that you're applying for, right, is an administrative assistant, you can't say you're unorganized because you have to be organized for that job. So pick a weakness that is not relevant to the job. For example, someone's weakness could be the fact that they take on too much. That's my personal weakness. So I always say I'm always open to new ideas. I'm always willing to help people with their ideas. So I take on a lot. So I always have a lot on my plate, right? That's a genuine weakness.
Yes.
But it also shows the interviewer that I'm always willing to help.
Right.
So you want to offset that weakness with a positive.
All right. So don't say like my weakness. Every time I see somebody handbag open go in there, that's gonna get the job. Gonna call the police on you. They're gonna call the police. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't want to say that at all. Oh, I don't like talking to people.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Me not like people. You know me not like people. So if you don't like people, why are you here? You should be a hermit. Don't say stuff like that. Right. All right. Good. So you talk about the strength and you talk about a weakness, but a weakness that will not, put you at a disadvantage as per the job. Very well. All right. Third thing.
So third question, why do you want to work here? So this is where your research comes in, right? So are you aligned with their mission statement, as Miss Kitty mentioned before? Do you like the fact that they donate to the hungry? What are they doing? Why are you interested in the company? So this is where your research really comes to play. And if you just answer the question by saying, "Oh, I just like this company," okay, that's not enough. That's not sufficient. You need facts. Why do you want to work here? Do you know people who work there? Do they say good things about the company? Those are things that you could mention while answering this question.
Okay, very well. Fourth question. That's normally
Fourth
asked on a
question
job
would
interview.
be, why should we hire you? So this is where you pull back the job description. So you should be pulling out those key skills in the job description that they're looking for, and you should insert them in this answer. So you should be going with the key skills of why you're valuable to the company. And I'd say the last question would be, how do you handle conflict? Especially if it's a role where you're interacting with a lot of people, they're going to ask you, how do you resolve issues? How do you handle conflict? Tell them about a time you helped a customer do something. Those are very common questions as well.
I like that. I gotta tell you, Nationwide 90 FM, Miss Kitty live. I'm not going to go talk about my shy only cute when you're 5. When you're big and you're an adult, stop. I'm shy. Boa. Are you coming there with icky pie in the head? Are you shy? Really? I'm introverted. So wait, also oh I got manage. You're not gonna can interact, you not talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I guess if you're applying for like to be a pathologist or like a mortician where you don't really deal with people per
Right.
se, you know, whether you or not you're introverted, but if you're looking for a job, you know, that calls on people's skills, interaction and stuff like that, then if you tell me you're introverted and shy, well, so what me if I say no? Me not like that weakness there. Cause that not really go with my job. You understand? But me shy. Yeah, 40 and shy. You're bad. Yeah, that you say. Hold the line here, Shanique. Let me take this time signal. You're listening to Miss Kitty live right here on Nationwide 90 FM. All right. Yes. You know, so yeah, the shyness thing, cut that out. All right. So as Shanique said, you know, just talk about certain things, taking on a bit too much sometimes and staying late at work. You know, that's a weakness because maybe I should go home. You know what I'm saying? But I know they would like that at the interview, you know, something like that. Well, Shanique, in wrapping up, finally, are there any other tips that you'd like to share with us this afternoon? Because we have gleaned a lot from what you have said so far, and it has been definitely helpful to me, and I hope to my viewers and my listeners. But anything else that you'd want us to leave with today?
Of course, make sure that you are asking the interviewer questions. Always, always, always. It looks really bad when the interviewers say, do you have any questions? And you say no. It makes them think that you are not interested in the company or the role. So you always want to end off with at least 2 to 3 questions.
Yes. Okay, so like what can I ask them, Shanique?
So you could ask them, you know, what's the culture like? What are the challenges in this position? How is success measured in this position, so you know what to do to perform.
Nice, see, I like that. Well, Shanique, now move yet. Woo, that one there.
All right.
Yes. How is success measured in this company? Like that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because it gives you a taste. You know, what if they measure you on some kind of, you know, KPI? What does that look like?
What is a KPI?
You know. Another good question to ask is, how long has the role been open?
Yeah.
It'll let you know, maybe if it's been open for over a year, why can't they fill the role? That's a question that you should be asking so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Very well. What you said, KPI?
Mm-hmm.
What's
like key performance indicators.
Oh,
so let's say, for example, like you're a call center. They may measure you might get paid based on how many calls you answer, how many people you help.
Oh.
So it's good to know exactly what you're measured on.
A question that a lot of people may have an issue with, and you know, we all tend to, how do you ask or bring up pay? How do you ask about the pay? How do you ask, you know, and say what you want? Like, you know, they say, all right, what is your idea of a good salary, or what salary idea did you have? How do you broach that topic?
So usually the interviewer will bring up the salary, and as you said, they'll say, you know, what are your salary expectations? Now, I will say you should be giving them a range, right? So let's say, for example, you know that you need $80,000 a month to survive, right? You should go into the interview and say, oh, I'm looking for a range of, let's just say 100 to 120.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying give them a range is if you ask for a specific number and they could pay you more, they won't give it to you.
Yes.
So let's say you go into the interview, right? And the interviewer knows she could pay you 120. And you only ask for 80, they're going to say, okay, well, that's what you think you're worth. So I'm just going to give you 80. Versus if you said, I want 100 to 120, I'll come back and meet you in the middle.
Yes.
So always add tax, I would say, to what you need to survive. Don't just ask the bare minimum. Make sure you're adding on to it. No one gets rejected for a job because they ask for too much. They'll just tell you it's too much.
Okay, very well. I don't know. You're the expert. Let me run this by you. Do you think that it's okay to do like a mock interview, like with your mom or somebody in your family or a friend, you know, just to kind of run you through all the stuff that we've spoken about, so that when you get to the interview, you're not speaking about these things for the very first time or answering some questions like this for the very first time?
Absolutely. I 100% recommend it. So the interview starts when it's scheduled. It doesn't start the day of. So you should be doing at least 2 to 3 mock interviews. If you could afford to enlist the help of a professional to help you, you should do that. If not, use your auntie, your cousin, even just talk to the mirror, right? Google the top 10 questions and practice them. Another tip is you don't want to memorize your answers. You want to memorize your experiences. So when you're answering the questions, you're giving them specific examples from your past. Yes. So the thing is, when people memorize their answers, they forget one word and it throws them completely off. But if you memorize your experiences, then that helps you versus memorizing the answers.
I love that. Where can we find you and enlist the services of Elevate?
Of course. So you could follow me on Instagram, Elevate Services JA. You could email us info@elevateservicesja.com.
Very well. And it doesn't matter if you're going for an entry-level job or a supervisory position or a managerial position or CEO or whatever it is. These skills are life skills that we all need. And I know that, some persons would have probably done a little mock thing in high school. But I know for many persons, you get your degree or you get your qualifications, but then you don't really know how to go and land the job, So I think this information is quite pertinent and very helpful. And I want to say thank you so very much. So Elevate Services on Instagram. And if you need additional help, Shanique and her team, they are here to help you. She has helped quite a number of people land jobs. And so, her expertise is definitely great. And I want to thank you, Shanique, for sharing with us this afternoon. And I hope it would have helped somebody. It has definitely helped to inform me. And I found it informative and very helpful. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Miss Kitty. I hope you have a good day.
All right, you too, ma'am. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
And I wish you all the best. Shanique Richards, CEO of Elevate Services. This is Miss Kitty Live on Nationwide 90 FM.
Nationwide 90 FM. 90 FM.